During the transition between winter and spring, many changes occur in an ecosystem. One of the main changes that occur is the growth of new plants. Many plants reproduce and spread throughout a given space, creating more plants. Reproduction also occurs with many other organisms aside from plants at this time of year. Many animals reproduce and create young animals. For example, many geese have little babies at this time of year. Another change that occurs that is similar to reproduction in plants is the blossoming of trees. Many trees grow back their leaves and some even have buds. The leaf litter from the fall and winter slowly decreases more and more as spring approaches. Many changes occur in an ecosystem in the spring, but one of the main changes is reproduction with various organisms such as plants and animals. Many factors affect an ecosystem. An example of a factor is weather. Weather affects an ecosystem because the different species in the ecosystem rely on a certain type of weather. If there is a tornado or huge storm in an area, it could completely wipe out the species in that given area. Another example of a factor is invasive species in an area. Many species in our local area are in fact invasive species and are able to reproduce very quickly. These species can take over an area and completely change the dynamic of an ecosystem. These species create even more competition for other species in the ecosystem, and the outcome is based on survival of the fittest. Weather and invasive species are two factors that affect an ecosystem. Living things interact in both good and bad ways. Some organisms interact by parasitism, which is when one organism suffers and the other one gains. Other organisms interact by mutualism, which is when both organisms benefit. Some organisms interact through commensalism, which is when one organism is indifferent and the other one benefits. There are many ways that organisms interact in one given area. Some kill each other and some benefit from each other. All species living in similar areas compete with each other for food and resources.